never understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day I was driving my little boy to school, and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental."
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight.
Beyond the Bench with Brad Payne and Matt Briggins right here on 102.7 The Game.
Tonight, we skate with them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
And welcome to Beyond the Bench, 102.7 The Game. Also live streamed out there on X, Facebook, YouTube. Vic Evans with the two stars of the show in studio, the Floor Concept Studios. I've got Brad Payne with me. How you doing, Brad?
Great. Feels like we got some room here. I love it.
It does. And then I don't know what the noise is.
What's going on? Don't worry about us being live. Just do what you need to do.
Going out there, you're hearing all that message out on the Green River area Federal Credit Union hotline. It's Coach Matt Briggins. He's locking all the doors in his safe house is what he's doing. How you doing, Coach?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie to you, but doing great.
Well, you couldn't make it. You've been up in Louisville out there looking at some middle school basketball players. I think is what you've been doing. No, you've been out there with volleyball. But, I got to ask you guys, we had your game. We'll start with you since you're here in the studio, Brad. We had your game, our first more automotive game of the week against Owensboro. You guys won big. I don't know if you necessarily played well. I think it was some emotions in that game that were tough.
A lot of side stories.
Yes, a ton of side stories. But I thought, here's the thing I noticed watching that game live, and I know y'all went up and played another prep school yesterday. Yeah. I had them beat a bad last 3 minutes, ended up losing by just a few points on one of the best teams that, around in the country. My question is am I wrong on this, or is Dan Watkins taking another step forward? Because he played like a man against Owensboro, and with the physicality I did not see him play with at all last year.
Yeah, it's something that, we've all been waiting for, right? And it's here, and he's embraced it. He's really, really taking care of his body this year. Maturity has a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? Like from the time that he transferred in his sophomore year, he lived under the premise of he's always been taller and bigger and stronger. And that didn't, that catches up with you at some point. He still shoots the ball really, really well, and he likes to live out there sometimes. But, it took us a little bit, but we told him, hey, you can still be dominant from the perimeter and be absolutely unstoppable in the third region on the interior. And he's taking that to heart.
I want to know who does your stats, because if you only had him for 13 rebounds against Owensboro, and I think he missed 4 or 5. Yeah, that's all I want to know.
Well,
because I had him for 18.
Well, the other night, was that the game he had a bunch of blocks in?
Yeah, he had like 6. Okay. I had him unofficially for 6 on my account.
We only had him, I think, for like 5 or 6 in real time, and it ended up being 8. Okay, so he was 2 blocks away from a triple-double.
Yeah, I mean, he played tremendous basketball, and as you said, he wanted to play Spire Academy, and had him right there. I mean,
gosh.
The one thing you got to do is, I know it's early, and I still think this team has room to grow, because I watched the Owensboro game.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't like y'all played, I think in the game y'all settled for a lot of long 3-pointers because they played zone.
Yeah.
But you got to like the way your team's playing and how they're handling having a target on their back.
It's there's a few things that you go into a season like this worried about, because number one, we have 3 new starters, and not only are they new starters, they're new players too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there was some worry going into that, but the locker room is a great place. There's no entitlement. These guys want to win, and they want to dominate in that. They want to win in dominant fashion too. They've got a little killer instinct in them, and it's one of these seasons to where we've been on here long enough to where everybody knows I'll say when we're bad and I'll say when we're good. There's times where we're really, really, really good. And even our average times is better than some teams. And that's a great place to be in. And that's by talent. That has nothing to do with anything we're doing, that's for sure.
Well, Coach Briggs, after dropping one down to Grayson that you played a very good first half with Grayson County, I think it was 41-40 at the half, and then really struggled in the second half, come back with 2 more wins, a blowout win against Franklin Simpson, a blowout win against Owensboro High School. Do you like where your team's sitting right now?
Yeah, I mean, we are who we are, and I thought first half we played really well against Grayson. We battled foul trouble. We had 3 or 4 starters out and was up 8 at one point until we got in foul trouble, and it was 41-40 at half, and then we just fell apart. Kind of laid down a little bit, and that disappointed me. And but the guys responded. We had a really tough practice the next day. The guys really responded well. We beat a really good Franklin Simpson team by 20 plus 25, and came out and didn't play well. We didn't play well against Owensboro, but didn't shoot the ball well, but still won by 24. But we shoot a lot of threes. We're a good shooting basketball team. We just got to get a little more tougher and physical, and rebounding is still an issue for us. And but I thought we got better, played more physical the last couple games after that Grayson game.
Yeah, I thought I listened to a little bit of the Grayson game. I saw a little bit of the live stream. I was kind of doing things, but I was keeping up with it. And it sounded like in the second half when they kind of punched in the mass physicality, you kind of backed away from it and decided just to sit back and take it. That's how I took, watching the game. Is that how you saw it too?
Yes, we did. And I don't like to, get after our kids after – games, ripping a team after a game. I mean, what does it really do, But I was pretty fired up at them after the game, and we had a tough practice the next day because we did. I thought we laid down, and if you talk to them, they'll tell you that we laid down, and so I thought we responded really well. I thought we came out and practiced hard the next day, and then played we hit 14 threes. Defensively, we were really good against Franklin Simpson, and then did what we had to do to win Saturday. So, we're still young. I got an 8th grader in the lineup, and, I got after him pretty good in the Grayson County game. You don't know how an 8th grader is going to respond. You know what I mean? So I thought he was a little deer in the headlights that game, but I thought he came back and played great against Franklin Simpson. And then, Ryan Durham's been solid for us, Tate Abney, and then our Puerto Rican, he's been doing really good. Manny Suarez, baseball player. Manny Suarez, and my nephew Alex. Not against Owensboro. He didn't hit 3 against Owensboro, but he hit 7 one game, 7 another game. So he's been stroking it pretty well from outside, and so we shoot a lot of threes, and that's who we are. And if we have a cold night, it may look ugly at times. And so we had a really cold half, and Grayson punked us, and a very physical basketball team.
Briggins coaching the Loyola Marymount of the 3rd region. And
outscore you.
And I know you guys watch a lot of film, and you guys watch a lot of teams and keep up with it. I mean, I think there's 2 teams that maybe were a little underrated by the majority of fans and the majority of people. Probably not you guys, but looking at the start that they're off with, Apollo's off to a great start and playing really well, and so is Muhlenberg. 2 teams. I think Muhlenberg's 5-0, Apollo's 4-0 through the first couple of weeks. Both of them are playing well. Have you got your eyes on them yet?
Neither one. I haven't seen. All I've seen is highlights, which is all the good stuff. I haven't seen any games yet. We've gotten them. I just haven't had a chance to look. We've got a 4-game week this week, which is ridiculous. But anyway, once Christmas break hits, we'll really dive into them. Now, I think another team that needs to be added to that is Edmondson.
Yes.
Wilson. And we didn't even see it. He turned his ankle or something. There was some kind of ankle injury or something like that against us late. And apparently he was in a boot against Grayson. Didn't play. Did not play. And they it was similar with Ohio County Grayson. Edmondson played well without their best player against them. And then I think Grayson hit like back-to-back threes, maybe even 4 back-to-back threes.
Which they can do.
Yes, and it extended the lead out to 18 or 20, and then it was over from there. But Edmondson, Apollo, Muhlenberg. I think everybody knew that Edmondson probably we hadn't played them in a while, so I just didn't have my eyes on them. But they're a confident group. They're very physical. They play fast. They don't mind to try to score 80 against you, and they certainly weren't intimidated by us at all.
No, and how about you? Have you gotten your eyes on Apollo or Muhlenberg yet? I know you probably were. I'm assuming you were at the Muhlenberg-McLean game there, Coach Briggins, that they played on Friday night.
Yeah, I was. I've watched both of them play. Muhlenberg, I knew they were going to be pretty good this year. I mean, they're just solid. They'll guard you well. They got pieces there, well coached. And so, it doesn't surprise me, them playing well. And Apollo's big. I mean, they got a Puerto Rican transfer in who's about 6'4", 6'5", who can really jump, and strong kid, and really helps them. And then they got the green kid, and then Henning, and then they're big and they're physical. So they'll play some zones. They'll play like a little 1-3-1 and different things. So they're both really solid teams, and it's a tough region from top to bottom. And I don't think there's besides a couple of teams. I think anybody can beat anybody on a given night. I mean, I think you got Davis and Grayson County is in a tier by themselves, and then outside of that tier, just throw everybody in there.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So
I think the boys' regional tournament this year is going to be
it could be
tremendous,
depending on the draw and how people do in their district. We've said it before, and
the great thing is we'll be live streaming again this year, and we'll have it right there for you.
Got the go ahead.
Got the go ahead for that. So if you can't make it down to the Sports Center, we'll have all the games for you on live stream.
But the region he's right, and it's stacked, man. I mean, you could have one of your better teams in a long time and maybe not even make it to the regional. I mean, the districts are concentrated.
They are. And not only that, even if the best teams get there, and I know Davis County and Grayson are heavy favorites, there are teams out there that are good enough that can also shoot it well enough that you go in at a night, you're off a little bit, they hit 10 or 12 threes, and all of a sudden it's a ball game.
It's not coach speak when I say it. I'm not trying to downplay, because we're very, very good, and we're going to be extremely tough to beat. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. You catch us on a night to where we're not defending and we're not rebounding, and somebody's hitting 14, 15 threes. You saw it 2 years ago. I keep going back to that one game against Grayson County when they came in, and we had won 6 or 7 straight, playing really, really well. They come in and went 13 of 16 from three and blew us out on our home floor. I mean, it can happen.
Well, the great thing, too, is, you got that. I will say there was a great – you talked about the Edmondson-Grayson game. You also had the extracurricular activity in the stands.
Was it extracurricular?
I mean, that has to be some type of suspension, doesn't it?
I
don't know. I mean, I know if you throw a punch to another player, but if you deck a fan, that one?
The kid in question was ejected. I found out, which is automatic. I guess 2 games. I think it's coaches are 3 and players are 2. So he's out 2 games there. But, I just wonder on that, and I'm not trying to get the kid in more trouble than what he's already in, I'm sure, with Coach Johnson, but, is that assault?
Oh, it very well could be.
If the kid, if the
kid wanted to press charges,
right,
they would. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not taking up for the kid, though. I watched the video.
Provoked. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the kid in the student section grabbed him and pulled him back.
Apparently he got pinched.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the heat of the moment and you're playing and you get in you kind of dive in the student section on a loose ball and get pinched and pulled back.
Yeah.
Like if you watch it, he gets pulled back in. I mean, I'm not taking up for him, but I mean, emotions are high.
It's one thing, though.
You just can't throw a punch.
It's one thing if he'd have shoved him, when he was trying to get out of there. But when you haul off and throw a haymaker, it's a whole different story.
That's Grayson Edmondson for you.
Bradley Payne's thrown a punch at me before during a game, and nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. Just swept it under the rug, and nobody talked about it.
Grayson Edmondson gets wild, but get you an Ohio County, Butler County game together and watch what happens.
I can't wait to get down to Ohio County, Butler, or Ohio County, Davis County, at Ohio County. No, it's at Davis, isn't it, this year? Or is it at Ohio?
I don't know.
It's at Ohio County.
I think it is. Ohio County, WLME, Steve and I Turner. I will be there for the game of the week.
I'll throw some punches.
We're working about trying to get you mic'd up on the game.
I'm going to hit Barker first, and then cut the head off the snake.
I may or may not have a hit on him when he comes in the Ohio County line.
You get in line. I said, you get in line.
Well, I mean, your Breck team goes out there and gets a big win against Meck and Meade in the first Breck Meade party.
That was very surprising to me. Breck, to me in the summer, and they may or may not have had all their players. I don't even act like I know everybody in the region right now because I don't. But I watched them at our place. In fact, Coach Briggins played them. His Ohio County team played them. We played them, and they graduated a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just all there was to it. They graduated a lot, and I had some high hopes for Meade. And look, it's first week of December.
Yeah,
so we can all chill out.
I shouldn't have a Breck Meade party that early.
Really shouldn't. I don't like these district games. In fact, I wish we could find a way to play them after Christmas break. That's a whole nother story. But it's crazy to me. It hasn't hurt us meaning DC in quite some time with the football deal. But man, Catholic and Owensboro. And
Catholic I guess Catholic and Apollo moved there because they only had the girls' game on Friday.
It's been messed up. Yeah, it's been messed up for a while now to where all four of us aren't playing at the same time. And football does it, but I don't mind that. I mean, why are we doing?
I still wish they would do, and I wish baseball would do this too. I think this would be awesome. Instead of having a home and home, everybody gets a 1-2 game things, and you go and you have Apollo play Catholic and Davis County play Owensboro at Davis County. And then you go and you do it at Owensboro, but you reverse the teams. And then you go and do it there and you get them all where it's like a big night instead of there are nights where you guys are playing Owensboro and Catholic are playing Apollo at different places in the town.
Yeah.
I would love to make it be double headers all the time.
That's interesting.
And do it at each spot.
You'd never talk the head coaches into it because somebody would lose their home court, and
well, you're going to get 2 games there. You're just going to play,
you're not going to get 4.
Right.
That's that's where it is. So,
I know.
But the idea is great, and it would certainly help media. That's what it's all about, right?
Here's the thing we got, though. With enough stations, we can cover all of them.
That's right.
There you go. But that's what I'm going to ask you about. Then you had a couple big college games this weekend. Louisville playing, kind of renewing that old rivalry with Memphis.
State. Call them Memphis State.
It was. They were Memphis State growing up.
That's right.
mean, Keith Lee and the head coach there who's in prison, doing 25 to life or whatever he's doing for tax evasion. And then you got the renewed rivalry of IU UK, which I think is, to me, IU is UK's biggest rival. When you grew up in Western Kentucky, it was always Indiana. They didn't play Louisville for a long time.
Yeah.
Tennessee was more for South Central Kentucky, Southeast Kentucky. And you grew up where I grew up, it was always Indiana. I mean, you had Bob Knight punch Joe Hall.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And Joe Hall was the reason why Louisville and Kentucky couldn't keep it, going.
Oh, come on now.
Listen, it was right there on live television. They asked Joe Hall, how come?
Still, maybe the best game ever was when they had the game of the century when they met in the Elite Eight in 1983. When they hadn't met forever.
Went overtime.
It went overtime. I watched it in my grandfather's house. We called him Pop at Pop's house, and I hated Scooter and Rodney McRae for the rest of my life.
A lot of people did.
I still do hate Milt Wagner, Scooter McRae. Still hate Rodney McRae. I hate all of them.
What a time right there.
But what did you think of the 2 games? What did you think of Louisville first?
So, I think Coach Briggs will agree with this. Anybody with the pulse should. When you shoot it like that, you're going to beat anybody.
Right.
You don't have to be great on the defensive end. But here's 2 things about Louisville that I'm really excited about and worries me just a hair. Really excited about just how deep and how good they are. They are scary good.
Mm-hmm.
They're talented enough and offensive-minded enough and well-coached enough to be a Final Four team. Now, the one strategy scheme, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a big guy in saying that this is the way somebody plays each and every day. But Alabama plays a certain way that I hate.
Arizona didn't,
and we're getting and this is why I hate it.
Right,
it's because you have games like that to where you'll get blown out against elite teams. You'll hang around, and occasionally you'll bust them in one. But more times than not, Nate Oates' teams aren't going to win 6 in a row with the way that he plays. And it worries me a little bit because I'm seeing some Alabama in us, us meaning U of L. And I hate when people say us because I don't have a U of L jersey and don't coach them or anything, have anything to do with them. But anyway,
you're a fan. You're still part of it.
So I see a little Alabama, and I don't like it. I don't think we take defense as seriously sometimes as we should, and that's a personnel deal. It's not a Kelsey deal because it's driving him nuts over there. But I think they kind of feel like, well, we'll outscore them. And I mean, man, they've scored 90 multiple times.
They have.
And but what's that one game in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight when you go 1 for 13 in the first half from three? What are you going to do?
Right.
You got to figure it out. And Alabama's Nate Oates will never figure it out. I'm a huge defector of Nate Oates, and I know a lot of people like him, but I don't.
Coach Briggins, I got to ask you: is Kentucky back after this win over Indiana?
Sorry, I had to take myself off mute. I thought it was a Bradley Payne hour. I didn't know.
Well, the way you were at the beginning, we had no idea if you were alive or not. It sounded like you fell down in a commode. Now go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Is Kentucky back?
What was the question again?
Pay attention, and you could be a part of this show.
Is Kentucky back after the big win over IU?
Good God.
Was Kentucky – so here's the question. This is why I get so fed up with fans. Was Kentucky ever really gone?
Well, I mean, they dropped out of the top 25. They've been playing terrible. They hadn't beat anybody any good. And I will say this. Let's just be honest. IU's not very good either.
Oh, they're not.
No, IU's overrated.
No, IU's terrible. They're still irrelevant.
Kentucky, though, I mean, is Kentucky a great team right now? No, but I think they've had some injuries. They have an identity issue, and you're going to see that more and more in college basketball and college football because of the portal.
Yeah.
You're going to see an identity issue, and I'm not going back to football. I mean, but I'm going to bring it up. Last year, Louisville's defense was atrocious in football early on. They had a lot of new guys. They had to change up, simplify, and change their calls and figure their identity, and they got better, really good at the end of the season. And you're going to have that with the portal. So, here's the thing: you got a lot of tough non-conference games. People are boosting their schedule up. What you're really going to see how what teams are made of is about middle of the conference season, and that's who you're going to know who are the legit teams are, because it's going to take some time for these teams to gel. Now, you take Louisville for example in their case, and I agree with Bradley everything he says. Defensively, they were better defensively early because they were had more of an edge and on fire defensively. Yeah. Now they think they can outscore you. Louisville, though, the reason they got off such a hot start is that they just got gobs of talent and just tons of just the depth is unreal.
They got some guys, man.
They do. They just got some dudes. But I think that, don't give up on Kentucky. I'm not a huge Mark Pope fan. I still think Kelsey was a better hire. But I think Kentucky's going to be fine once they get into conference play. They got some guys on that team that truly don't understand Kentucky basketball.
No, you're right.
Don't.
You're right, and it showed as far as their heart hustle. All of the controllables that they had, and when we've even talked about that. I've talked about this in the 27 years I've coached. I've probably said it to every single team. If I've got to worry about whether you're going to go out there and play hard on game day, like where are we at? Like where are we truly at as a program? If I've got to go out and waste a 30-second timeout or even a full timeout and get you to play hard, like we're not. You can never be elite, and they're not. But that's one of those controllables that all it takes is a light switch to come on, and they're like, look, man, I've only got 30 more games of this. Like I've got to get together and start playing a little bit harder. And it looked like they did. I didn't get to see a whole heck of a lot of it again. I just saw highlights again because we were on our way home. But looked like they played well. It didn't bother like Indiana. After watching Indiana Louisville, I kind of had a feeling that Kentucky was going to win. Indiana's guard play is. I know the Wilkerson kid can score, but who win?
No, they're not very good.
Yeah,
they're not very good. We're going to take a short break right here. So we got to leave plenty of time for segment 3. We've got a special segment 3 for these guys. And when we come back, we're going to get your Canty Dairy Queen list. You're listening. You're also watching Beyond the Bench 102.7 A Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with Brad Payne right here in the studio with me. Coach Briggins is on the Green River Area Federal Fusion Hotline. And before we get to our Canty Dairy Queen list, tell me about your great partners at Hawkins Abney.
Hawkins Abney PLLC is a full-service architectural firm founded in 2022, providing design services for academic, business, healthcare, hospitality, industrial, and mercantile projects across the state. Located in Beaver Dam, so give Jeremiah or Kyle a call, 270-363-2235.
I'm going to do a Coach Briggins because on this Canty Dairy Queen list, I've got a big list here because it's so hard.
Yeah, you almost ran out of ink.
Coach Briggins, I'm sure you got to get set up here, but here's what we're our Canty Dairy Queen list. And always remember, it's not any Dairy Queen, it's Canty Dairy Queen, New Hartford Road, also right next to Ohio County High School. It is your favorite or who you think are the best commentary duo when doing games.
Could be three, but could be.
Yeah, you're play-by-play and your color guy, whether it be TV, radio, what sport it is, we didn't care. It is your all-time favorites. And we're going to start with you, Coach Briggins, at number 5. I'm not sure how many you got listed.
12.
But where are you at on the give us your number here.
I'm number 3. I only got 3.
You only got 3. All right.
Yeah, my number 3 is Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Ooh, number 3.
Number 3.
All right.
Okay.
That's number 3. That's number 3. It's and here's partly why I like them so much is I used to play the Madden game all the time.
Yes.
And they were always on the Madden game as the play-by-play in color, and they were just it's just a classic duo, and some of the stuff that John Madden said, I mean, it's just
he's probably
one of the greatest of all time.
You're probably young enough. Like
you didn't
not old enough. You probably were in more of the Al Michaels and I guess John Madden.
Yes, I was going to say you probably were. You didn't probably listen or see many games that actually had Summerall and Madden, did you, Coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw
okay.
some,
I don't remember when Summerall stopped. But I just remember Michaels took over kind of that spot.
Michaels did take over, but Summerall did it for a long time. But my first probably 5 or 6 Madden games that I remember. It was Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
and
they're legendary.
Wow.
Yeah, so
and that grew the NFL even bigger. How many you got on your list, Coach Payne?
Well, I've really pulled a Briggs here.
Okay,
I've got some honorable mentions, and I've got 5.
Let's give me your honorable mentions and your number 5.
So, to name any commentary or anything like that, and not say the words Vince Scully is. Your list should be thrown in the trash. But he never really had anybody that stood out.
No, Vince Scully did it mostly on his own. Yes.
It was him. But I am going to mention him. And I'm also going to mention Iron Eagle. He's been with a lot of people, and he's still young.
He's really good.
But, man, he's a great already in my view. The Cromwell guys, should they be?
No.
I mean, you all have had some. We've got two state champion call. At least they called the state championship game. There's not too many that can say that.
That's true. That's true.
And you're the voice of Wesleyan.
Yes, with Steve.
Briggs is
the element voice of the game of the week.
Kind of pseudo Apollo's voice.
Yeah.
I mean, he calls every Apollo game.
We did a lot of them this year.
Closet lover of Apollo Eagles.
Give me your number 5.
Number 5 is Marv Albert and Bill Walton.
That's a pretty good one.
I can't stand Bill Walton. Oh, my God.
He provided
entertainment.
Yes, he was entertainment. Marv Albert did it all.
Big Ten After Dark on basketball with Bill Walton.
Hiring a kite.
He was. It could be anything. I've got 2 at number 5 for me. I got a tie, and they're different, completely different sports. Mm-hmm. Dick Enberg and Al McGuire, because that was who I grew up watching college basketball with.
Yep.
When Enberg and McGuire were there, it was a monster game.
Yep, it was.
And then the other one, people they'll think it's crazy, but I love them on Sundays and Saturdays during the summer. Jim Nance and Nick Faldo doing golf are tremendous. I love Nick Faldo. For a guy that had no personality when he was playing on TV, he's great.
I don't have Nance in my top 5, and I should. I really should, because he he's called everything. That's been great. But I don't. But you're right. Nance and Faldo.
Give me your number 4, because he only had 3. Right. So we'll go right back to number 4 for
Going to baseball, the Sunday night game, Miller Morgan.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
John Miller and Joe Morgan. It was kind of one of those things. I think I've said this on this podcast before. It was great. I couldn't wait for that game, but it was also I kind of got the blues because I knew school was
going to school.
Yeah.
Throw on my list too a little later. Number 4 for me, I'm going to stay baseball too. I'm going to go Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill on the Yes Network. They are tremendous with the Yankees.
I just hate the Yankees. So.
I know, but they are tremendous. And since he's already at number 2, are you going to give me your number 3?
Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner. Gus Johnson is unbelievable. I cannot believe that CBS still doesn't sub him out. There must be something in with Fox that he can't be. Him on NCAA tournament calls made the game. I mean,
Football
he could make a 2:15 game. Exciting.
I will say this: the Gus Johnson call on Mendoza's pass to Penn State, where they score late, and he loses it. He gets so high, only the dogs can hear it.
If you have watched his last year or two, something's not right with his voice.
Yeah, it keeps going away. It gets so high that he loses it.
Yeah,
very well.
It's not nearly as strong as it used to be. But you're right that he loses his mind, and that's what I love. About it.
Yeah, it's kind of how Steve and I do Kentucky Wesleyan. My number 3, I don't care who he was with. K. Wood Lefford. I mean, you can't have a list of announcers and be from Kentucky without having K. Wood Lefford. He is what made Kentucky basketball, because for the longest time, unless you went to the games, like we talked about me growing up, other than the Saturday CBS game, they were tape delayed. And so you listened to K. Wood Lefford. He was your touch to UK basketball.
Even when they were on, national television. I can remember my parents and grandparents turning the TV on mute and listening to the radio.
And I love him, but if later on, if it was like Dick Vitale in the game, it was K. Wood Lefford. My dad would not listen to Dick Vitale.
Absolutely.
Let's get to your number 2, Coach Briggins.
Well, I do got an honorable mention in there. I forgot about this guy, Paul Rogers.
Yes,
Hall of Famer.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, sometimes Paul says some things that I'm like, is he drunk? Or
and he could have been.
He could have been. But, I grew up listening to him. Like, I remember me and my dad would have to go out in our, car and listen to a football or basketball games that wasn't on TV just to get the signal of 84 WHS.
Yes. You couldn't get it in your house.
Now, he's got Valvano with him now, right?
He does it. That was my ex-coach there at that.
That's diehard. And Valvano gets on my nerves. I'm just going to say it. I don't care.
He kind of does mine, too. I can say that
He gets on my nerves. He's not coach of the league, so now he's going to be a
now he knows it all over there behind the. Well, that's what. That's what I'm getting ready for.
You guys are on Beyond the Bench because you can't coach a league.
Hey, that's what I'm true. Hey, I'm setting behind this. I'm setting up exactly.
Skip Carey. What was his name? Peter Van.
The Braves guys from TBS.
Yes, Don Sutton and Joe Simpson.
Yes.
What's the other guy's name? Peter.
I'll look it up for you.
I can see his face. I just can't think of his name. Anyway, those 4 guys, they would all kind of, you know what I mean? They'd be different depending on night and games. But I grew
Peter
up
Van Wieren.
Yeah, that's it.
That sounds like an adult. Star.
But they were great. I mean, I grew up watching every Braves game, and they were funny too, and they knew the Braves inside and out. And
what that takes you back to.
Oh yeah,
because it's the greatest times of your life that you didn't realize.
Right,
is what it is.
Yep.
My great grandfather was a huge Braves fan, and I can remember the voices. Like it's, I guess the kids now it's ASMR. It's there. It was our ASMR, and we just didn't know it.
Right.
We're not freaks and idiots.
I've got to ask you because I used to watch a ton of Braves games too. Because, like you said, back then you couldn't watch baseball on TV, so I would watch the Superstation games. Were you watching Briggins on the July 4th game when Rick Camp came up and hit the home run in the 19th inning or 18th inning to make it go 19?
No, that was about a year or two before I really started following them hard.
It was one of those games where I was like, I got to turn this off. But you just could. I watched all 19 innings of that game of the Rick.
Did you really?
I did. When Rick Camp hit that home run, there was a guy you played a lot of golf with. He taught at Apollo, Mr. Lee. My dad coached his son in baseball. I met him over at Southern. We used to go to Panther Creek and play a lot of golf. He was a big Braves guy. And when that game happened, like we were scheduled to play golf like a few days after that. It's one of the things I remember, like growing up, you odd memories you have. that game, I played golf with him. We talked about it the whole time. And then another time we had scheduled, because I couldn't drive at the time, he came to pick me up, was the morning I woke up and my babysitter said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but Lynn Bias died last night or this morning. And I was like, no, because they knew I was a big Celtics fan. Right. I remember telling him, we couldn't figure out, you're on the golf course, you didn't have to phone to check on it. Yes. And the whole day we talked about, was it my babysitter screwing with us?
Yeah.
That Lynn Bias died, or did Lynn Bias really die?
Amazing how news could get out.
Yes.
Like so slowly.
Yeah, it was so different. You didn't have it at the tip of your hand.
That was great, though.
Number 2 for me, I'm going to go back to one Brad's already named, John Miller, Joe Morgan. I mean, it was Sunday Night Baseball. And Miller has that thing, and John Miller is great. I mean, he is one of the most underrated play-by-play baseball guys ever.
They have the professional smoker's voice. I've said this.
Yes.
I probably hadn't said it on here a lot, but it's old baseball.
It is.
That's old baseball. The old cigar smoking voice is what. God, they were great.
Number 1 for you, Coach Briggins.
Number 1 for me is pretty simple. It's the best comment, play-by-play and color guys around, and it has to be the game of the week in football with Vic Evans and Matt Briggins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I will tell you this. Can I say this? I didn't know what I was getting into. Briggins rocked football this year. He absolutely rocked football.
I admitted
Briggins.
that from the get. I admitted that from the get-go. Just by talking to him, I could tell his knowledge was much more vast than mine, and so I backed down. Anytime that we got in a football argument, I kind of steered clear of it.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing the Wesleyan game. But Dan Bartlett.
Yep.
Is it Dan?
Yeah, Dan Bartlett. Yes.
Listen, that guy right there can make a visitation at a funeral home sound exciting. Okay, that's all I got to tell you.
Gus Johnson of the high school.
He is Gus Johnson of the high school.
Well, I mean, you could be down 45 points, and my God, you turn it on, and you think it's like somebody hit a game winner.
Hey, Briggs, it's like you said. Didn't he call our state tournament game?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
It's like you said. We're down
a couple times.
Yeah, we're down 110, and Moss hits a 3, and you think we tied it.
And I'm like, am I supposed to bring the same energy or what? I mean,
I can tell you right now, you can't match Dan Bartlett's energy.
No.
And he has completely embraced that role as the voice of the Red Devils, 120%.
Yeah.
He does a great job. And I'm telling you, he does a fabulous job. Owensboro is so lucky to have him call their games.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now listen, I had 2 left.
Okay.
My goodness, this is ridiculous.
We somehow got skipped to you. Sean McDonough, Bill Rafferty, and Jay Billis on
Pretty
Big
good.
East, Big East games. Oh my gosh,
Rafferty's the one that would say they open up in a man.
Yeah, and then if somebody hit a big shot late, he'd say onions.
Yes,
and you kind of knew what if you're a guy and you were idiotic like we are and immature, you would know what that meant. And my number 1 is Summerall Madden.
Yeah. I've got 2 at number 1. I've got Summerall and Madden. I mean, listen, there was just something about John Madden and I don't know if there will ever be any announcer, especially in this day and age, that is going to encapsulate the entire audience in America the way John Madden did.
I really thought Gruden had a chance. I did.
And then he went back to go coach,
And he kind of lost it there. And I know he's back at Barstool now and getting back into media, and I think he's going to end up back in coaching again.
Michigan.
But I really thought, God, you talking about turning stuff around.
Dillingham's going to be at Michigan.
Hey, off subject, Dave Portnoy, is a huge Michigan guy.
Yes.
So they got him on some kind of podcast, his own, inside of Barstool. He says, what's Kiffin's buyout at LSU?
He'll pay it.
And they said, who cares? And he goes, I do. I'll pay it.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, if Kiffin wants to leave right now, I'll pay the buyout.
He's the reason Underwood went there because he paid the $8 million NIL. Money is no – the dude will lose $300, $400, $3 million gambling.
If you're Kiffin.
Oh, I know.
But then I always said if DeBoer went, that Kiffin would go to Alabama. So,
but I've also, with Summerall and Madden for me, I've got – and listen – just turn on 102.7 the game tonight, Sunday night, for the, Sunday night football. Ryan Radke, Mike Golick. Ryan Radke is the best announcer out there today, period.
He's very underrated.
Yes.
Very, very underrated. And I guess we, Coach Briggs and I haven't made it big enough in media yet to quite understand the paths in which some people take. He doesn't seem to have the TV presence as he does. He's almost
All rates rest one. Yep.
He's become your radio guy.
And the new TV needs to get more radio guys in it because the
I
TV
agree.
announcing is not very good.
I agree.
You know, Brady's not good.
But I just wonder, there's something to that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
I got a
everything's
question
political.
for y'all.
Yes.
I got a question for all. With me not being on camera, is it going to hurt our live stream ratings?
I think
It may.
may have crashed.
The women went
There's
down.
so many.
The women
That's
they're
what I
not
thought.
watching today, Coach Briggs.
I know. I should have been on there. That's my
You
fault,
should
guys.
have. Before we go to break, I want to
should just
ask you
put a
because
picture
we've got
of
a
it.
special third segment, so we're going to have to take a little longer segment here.
I'm a little nervous about this.
We've got the playoffs coming up. Of course, you guys want to do another show before the first round games happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got the first round game matchups with the odds here.
I've got every winner. I'm positive.
Okay. Well, so we'll start with you, Coach Briggins, first on Friday. Now, the thing about it, you'll hear all 4 first round games right here on 102.7 The Game. You can catch them all. You've got Bama on Friday night going to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. These teams are going to be matching up for the second time. Briggs, where would you put your money on this one?
I'm taking Alabama.
Are you really?
Yeah, I really am. I think Alabama will win this football game. I do.
All right. Alabama, the whole schedule myth with Alabama is a myth. If you look at their schedule this year, they didn't beat a team that beat a top 25 team. Just like
I know. That's why I think that. See, but what you're saying right now is why I think Alabama's going to win, because I think they're tired of hearing all this crap. I think Oklahoma is overrated, and I think Alabama's going to go down there and take care of business.
I think
really
DeBoer's talking to Michigan. He doesn't have them all focused. I'm going to go. I'm going to go Oklahoma. Which way are you going?
I too am going Oklahoma only because of how Alabama finished the season. I
2-2, didn't even play Auburn well.
I really thought in the middle of the season, because everybody would, they wanted to chop his head off at the first 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we're like, calm down, he's got it, and then they went and started blowing people out a little bit, got the ball rolling. And I thought, yeah, this is the true Alabama team. And then back off. And I'm a big believer in, I'm not the coach speak, you're as good as your last game. I don't believe that. I'm not a true believer in that. I played really, really well some games. I'm like, we're not nearly that good. And I played really, really bad, and we're like, we're not that bad either. You're somewhere in between. But they've been very average for the last 4 games. Mm-hmm. And
they've had some time off to regroup.
You're right. And they've got some guys back.
Haters.
Yep, and they got some guys back too. And I'm not a big Oklahoma Venables fan either, but I think the line is where it needs to be. It's a toss up, and I think Oklahoma wins.
I think the line's correct. I do agree with the line.
I agree. Yeah.
We'll go the other way before we'll save that last game because it's a triple header on Saturday. We'll go to the game that's the last of that week. You got James Madison University.
Who cares?
Getting 21.5 points
Give
against Oregon. Can they cover?
Nope. Oregon is going to. I think these P5s have maybe even kind of got a gentleman's agreement. Like, let's make sure that if you can do this, absolutely disseminate them.
Because they're going to get rid of them and get the other teams in the playoffs.
1,000%.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
How about you, Coach Briggins? Can James Madison cover?
And they will. And by the way, they will. Oregon's going to absolutely drill them.
If they didn't have, is old boy coaching?
Who's that? Stein?
The guy that left.
Chesney?
Yeah.
I don't know if Chesney's coaching or not.
Tulane's is.
Yeah, I know Tulane's is.
I think a lot has to depend on that. And I think, don't get me wrong, I think Oregon can definitely blow them out of the water, but James Madison's better than what you think they are.
They are.
I watched them play Louisville.
Good win with Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville beat 2 teams in the playoffs. So, yep. That's a great win. I think Oregon will blow them out.
Chesney is going to coach James Madison in the playoffs.
Man, don't be surprised. I'm going to take Oregon, but do not be surprised if James Madison keeps us close and covers, especially with Stein. Now Will Stein's the greatest coach ever, according to Kentucky fans. He's not calling the play, so we got that going on. So,
Is he not calling the plays?
Not at Kentucky, he's not. He's decided he wants to be a CEO.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Bad mistake. That's what got him there. Not his height.
Listen, I'm completely against any head coach calling his own plays.
You're wrong on that, Vic.
I don't think you can stay ahead of the game.
Who do you hire as the OC?
They got. I think he brought a guy with Oregon and also a guy from.
Guys never called plays before.
Texas San Antonio that was offensive coordinator down there.
I just don't get it. I'm just gonna say I don't understand it, Vic. What got Will Stein there was his ability to call plays and run it. I just don't understand that.
I forgot he was at UTSA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just don't get it.
I just feel like hey, listen, I'm not saying that the guys can't do it, but I see too many times as a head coach, and this was about baseball. I mean, I coached third base for a long time as a head baseball coach, thought that, hey, this is what I do well. But there are so many decisions that have to be made that you get so bottled up into one way of thinking. For me, I would not rather have a head coach call plays. That's just me. But, I mean, it could be his offense. Let's go Tulane at 17.5 points they're getting to take on Ole Miss with a new coach. Now, Charlie Weiss is going to come back and call plays for Ole Miss. Any chance that Summerall pulls an upset here or at least keeps it within 17.5? I think they played earlier this year, didn't they? Got beat 45-11.
Yeah. I think Ole Miss got some, they got some side stories there too.
Yeah, they're going to want to prove something.
They're going to want to prove something. And again, I go back to this, and it may sound conspiracy theorist or whatever it is. They want these Tulanes and James Madisons out.
Yes.
The P5s do. They want them out, and the SEC, it only behooves them to help their other teams out too with the
because if you take him out, Texas is in.
Yeah. So blow them out.
All right.
Blow them out.
You going to take Tulane at 17.5? Or are you giving up the points, Coach?
No, I'm taking Ole Miss.
There you go. And then the last one, here's a good one. Miami getting 3.5 at Texas A&M. What do you think, Coach Payne?
I said I had all the winners, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Go to Briggs. On
what
this.
do you think, Coach Briggs? Which way are you going?
I'm taking Miami. I think the SEC is overrated. I'm tired of hearing about their bull crap. Give me Miami.
All right. I think Miami's terrible. I think Texas A&M beats them by about 11.
Of course you do.
I just think that I just don't think they're that good. I think it's.
Man, you're just a bitter Notre Dame fan right now. And it's evident in the way you're.
I think. Hold on. I think Miami should be in the playoffs. The one that got the Clayton total pass was Alabama. Period.
You and Marcus Freeman need to go to a Sandals Resort and just hang out for about 2 weeks.
Hey, is Freeman going to the NFL?
No, Notre Dame's about ready to sign him to a new deal that's going to make him the highest paid coach in college football.
Thank God, I think he's overrated. I mean, that's a great.
Hold on, he's overrated.
Give me A&M.
In his last 2 years, he's overrated. He's gone 23 and 4, and you're calling him overrated?
I can't deal with all this.
Just being around you, Vic, you've caused me to hate Notre Dame even worse.
There
now.
it is.
It's like Kentucky fans.
What is it? 3.5?
3.5. Which way are you going?
I'd buy the hook, but I'll take A&M.
I'm going to take
A&M. You're SEC. I'm a homer.
I think
I'm not a homer.
I'll say this. Sure. I think if this game was played at a neutral site, I don't know which way to go. It's going to be played down there at Texas A&M. You're going to have 100,000 people rocking. Yeah, and I want them to. If they're going to expand the playoffs, the one thing I want them to do is I want them to play the first 2 rounds at home sites. I think these home sites games are tremendous for college football.
I agree. Although I don't agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think it's tremendous for college football. You're going to have a tournament, play them in neutral sites.
I think the first round. I think the first round.
It's not like it's girls volleyball. You need to get a crowd there.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going to get a crowd.
You're going to have a crowd no matter what.
You're going to have and make it like you want to make it a tournament.
Hold on, the NFL, you get home games.
Yeah.
You get those neutral sites, though. Here's the thing. You get these playoffs, you get these neutral sites, it gets very corporate-y, and the atmosphere is completely different of what made college football great.
But here's the difference, Vic, though. Here's the difference.
I don't care.
Okay,
I ain't going.
Go ahead, Brigham.
Here's the difference. With the home field advantage in NFL, it's all standings-based.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The home field advantage with college football is not your record-based. It's not. It's your rankings based, which has some. There's
politics involved.
Politics that's involved in that. So I think that's why you should take it out. You should go neutral. And even when you go neutral site, like look in the college basketball, that gets political as well with what region you're in.
Oh, I know.
If you're playing close to home, I think though that they should have neutral sites on all these games. Pick like a couple of different places and put them in regions. And if you're Oklahoma, you can play close to Oklahoma, but don't let them play on your home field. Yeah.
If Louisville was in it, play at Kroger. That would be even better.
Oh, yeah, there you go. We're going to take a short break right here. When we come back, I got a little special. We're going to call it a game that we're going to play here. And we're going to find out. You're listening to Beyond the Bench, 102.7 The Game. It's Beyond the Bench, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union, 1027 The Game. Also live streamed out there on X, Facebook, and on YouTube. Vic Evans, I got Brad Payne here in studio. We've got Coach Briggins on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline. And Coach Briggins, you know, you and I have had this go. You've made a point on this show a few times, multiple times, over the last 66 episodes.
Talking about women?
No, not about women. About Brad Payne. And you've made a claim about Brad Payne. And so we are going to figure out once and for all whether or not he actually knows what he's talking about. You want to talk about what the claim you've made a couple times, Coach Briggins, is? I'm thinking you know what it is.
Oh, I do. I know what it is. So, you know, we talked about this Bradley Payne. You know, he's a coach. When you're a coach, you coach at all three levels, freshman, JV, varsity. Does he know the other players' names besides like the top 5 or 6 kids or the transfers that came in or whoever, you know, does he know any of the other players' names on the roster? Okay. And I'm telling you, the answer is a big no.
Okay. Well,
outside the top 6 or 7, he has no idea.
All right. We're going to check this out because I actually happen to have the Davis County basketball roster right here in my hands. I am going to give you the class. Hold on. I'm going to give you the class and his number. And you got to tell me who it is.
I definitely won't know the numbers.
Okay, so we'll just start here. We'll just play
varsity.
The varsity. I got the boys varsity basketball roster. So we're going to start right here. This was an easy one because I think he's played quite a bit for some games for you guys. He is a freshman, and his number is 21 on your team. Aiden what?
I'm not going to name the last names just out of how's that?
Fair enough. Aiden, he's got. So give him that one. Yeah, he may not. But that's
how would I not know their first name, not know their last?
Okay, so now he's got one. He's got one right. We'll mark that down into one right. I'll give you another one. How about a sophomore and his number is number 14?
Landon?
Did not get that one right.
Wait, Landon's a sophomore, so
he is a sophomore, but you don't know his number.
No, I don't know numbers. Matt, do you know every one of your varsity players' numbers?
Absolutely do. Yes, I do.
Bull, buddy.
I do.
Hold on.
I do.
14.
Get my roster out.
14. I mean, some of these guys don't get their warm-ups off.
I wish I was in the studio right now.
We'll swing to this one.
Give me those 7 to get their warm-ups off.
All right, how about a freshman, number 30?
Oh, there's not a chance.
He played it against Owensboro.
Cade.
Yes, there you go. Okay, he's got 2 out of 3. We'll go.
Listen, whoever's number 14, I know.
How about a sophomore, number 23?
23. Wyatt?
No. So
was Wyatt 14?
No. Wyatt.
We've only got a few more sophomores.
You do. Sophomore number 10 is Wyatt. There you go.
Jude?
This is so bad.
What about Jude? What number is he?
You tell me. Another sophomore. You tell me his number.
I know all the sophomores. I know every player on our varsity. I just don't know their numbers.
He's number 23.
There it is. See?
There you go. All right. How about let's do this one. Let me look here. How about a sophomore number 20?
Well, we're out of sophomores, so it's either got to be Silas or Landon.
You got to choose one.
Silas.
Silas is number 20. Hit 2 big threes in the game against Owensboro. So you were like 2 out of 6. Getting the numbers right.
Yeah. Do you know your freshman teams, their names? Not even their numbers. Do you know the names?
I do know the names
of the freshmen on the team, on the varsity team.
Yeah,
you only have one. No, you have 2.
No, Max Cade and Aiden are freshmen.
Yeah, the freshman team though. Do you know the whole freshman team? Their names?
The whole freshman team. Probably not. If I had to name all 12, there's no way I could name all 12 right now by memory.
I kind of like
if
that.
If they came up to me, I would know them.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I know you.
Hey,
man.
Listen, for
27
years, I bet you do. Half of them are from here. And so for 27 years, I've been the same way. It's like a stray dog. Once you give them a name, you're responsible for them. I'm not responsible for these freshmen. I'm not. Somebody else. That's why we've got a damn freshman coach, a JV coach.
So you don't give them a name or feed them. Is that what you're telling me?
Hey, And that's the way it is. Doesn't mean I don't take care of them when they're in my,
In your
when
gym?
the stray dog comes up to your
I
house.
hope you hear that.
I'll
Parents,
feed him.
hope you hear that.
I'll feed
Kyle
him.
County, we care about
Pet
you.
him. Tell him to go on your way. Go on to your coach.